channel. I apologize for the setup. I'm at my grandparents' house. So today I'm going to be setting up my bullet journal for 2021. So my months never really work out where I start a new journal at the start of the year. So I'm continuing using my Amanda Rach Lee dotted journal. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. So let's get started. And disclaimer, I don't know why, but I tried something new, and instead of like filming from up top, I filmed up from like a different angles, and I also was pretty busy, so I filmed at different times, so the lighting is a bit inconsistent, but what's new? Okay, bye. So I decided to go for a jewel tone color palette because I think the colors look really good together. So I'm using the Crayola Signature Brush and Detail dual tip markers in Robin's Egg Blue, Primrose, Teal, and Raspberry. And I decided to go for a pretty minimalist like design for this setup because I don't know, it's just kind of like a yearly setup sort of thing. I didn't want like a theme or like a lot of doodles, you know? So I just wrote 2021 and then I outlined it in my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pen. Next up we have my quote page, and the quote I decided for this year is life's not about expecting, hoping, wishing. It's about doing, being, becoming, which I thought was a good quote for this year, just because I think 2020 has taught us not to like have high expectations, but to work with what you've got. So I think 2021, and also 2021 will probably be a big year for me with college apps and SATs. So I thought this would hopefully give me some motivation. We'll see. Next is my 2020 bucket list. So I didn't put goals in my bullet journal because I decided to dedicate like a whole separate journal for that, because I think it's something I want to try to do this year. So, but instead I put like a bucket list because it's kind of like the goals, but it's not really goals, but it's like a place where I can put things that I want to do, like bake a pretty cake or something. Next is my 2020 Lear at Glance, which is honestly pretty useless. I can kind of just look at my phone for that, but it looks pretty. Even though it also hurt my hand writing all the dates, but yeah, and I think you just saw I like highlighting the wrong spot, and I used like my whiteout tape to go over it. So yeah, there is just a tip if you make mistakes, because I do that a lot. Next is my a look ahead for 21, which I tend to fill out for like 2 weeks at the beginning of the year and then never look at again. But it's still just nice to have, just in case like I have something that comes up like for a long time ago. It's just nice to write it down. And my goal this year is to definitely refer back to it and look at it more and keep it updated. Next is my books to read spread. So I really want to read more in 2021. I say that every year, but hopefully I will this year. So yeah, I wanted to put a place where I can just write the ideas down if I ever get recommendations for books or anything, so that if I'm like not currently reading a book or reading something, I'll have like an idea right there. And then I decided to add these like 2 columns of lines with the colors to like write them in, just to like fill a space and like kind of add lines, which is kind of unnecessary. I didn't do that for the the bucket list spread, but I don't know, I think it looks nice. And then next we have the books I read in 21, which is a place where I will write down like the books I read or listen to on audiobook with like the author and my review. And I don't know, I just think it's good to track down the books you read, because I honestly forget a lot of the time, like if I read it or like when I read it. And yeah, so my last spread is things I watched in 2021, which will be where I log all the movies and TV shows I watched, and maybe memorable YouTube videos, but probably not. And yeah, so I didn't make a things to watch spread just because I have in the past. I never really used it because I think like that's not really an issue I have. I like finding things to watch and like remembering it. But I thought with the amount of media I consume, it would be good to log all the things I watch, because especially with movies, I definitely forget whether or not I've watched them, or like what I thought about them too. Yeah, so I'll probably, it's not super structured, but so I'll just like probably write down the name of the movie or show and then like jot a few thoughts now next to it. But I did add these colored lines. So yeah, here are all my yearly setup spreads. Nothing too crazy, kind of just some places to jot some notes. I don't know, other people will do other spreads with like goals or like cleaning trackers, but none of those are really necessary for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more of my bullet journal, follow me on Instagram at planwithleanne, and I'll see you guys for my January plan with me. Bye.